1, 2. I go with the parallel, and I'm gonna bring her back here. Take my way in front of her, and go. Entonces, bailero, we're gonna start to create more a cross. Right? Main idea right now, we're looking, we're gonna use some Pugliese music. That's because I need to use Pugliese before, right? So my body start to go in this dimension. So I need to create more the cross and the leaning position. So I'm ready leaning. Look. So right now it's more spacing, more volcado, everything, more apilado, everything. Leaning. To propose to our follower the leaning place, right? Because usually we're going to the follower working on vertical or in line, which one is what we want to do 100% or 80% or 90% of the time, right? So right now I'm proposing to lean, right? So we're going to the volcada, right? Becoming the apilado place, right? So because I could do this here, right? I could do this here, I could do this here, I could do this here, and go here, right? Each one is very vertical, right? So right now I'm moving away from her. Because the moment I start dancing and I propose, I'm moving away from her. And now we are vertical again, happy in the ground, right? And the moment that we move to the side, I'm moving away, look. And back to vertical again. Desde el momento de do, thank you, Daria. Desde el momento de do the side, doing back when I do the side, I'm moving here. It's not the typical volcada that we're gonna, people say, oh, this, step by. It's in a leaning position, which one I create for my body a little bit under sensation underneath her chest, very small. So when I go there, she has the support. So she's under support. I take the responsibility for the base. Her movement is growing into me. I propose the cross, and then I move in front. And all the time the sensation is on lean. It's not vertical. And now, give it the trust, and that will be the game, right? When I'm moving away, right, and before I prepare my leg to go there, I kind of preparing her to go up, right? But I'm moving away. But I'm still supporting. I'm still comfortable. I'm still comfortable. I ask her to lean on me, right? And I give it enough proportion to go. Now, as a follower, for example, with Anita, I don't feel like the leaning is she pushing and give me the whole way to me. I feel like she's comfortably leaning on me. Yeah, it's very comfortable. The sensation I propose to her is an elevation, right? To go up to there. So I prepare my leg and I am not collapsing. This is as we start to appear messages. I am not going away, right? And collapsing. Yeah, I try to sustain the movement up, elevating, 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 and keep it elevation. Yeah, I keep it elevation. I keep it elevation, always up. And then I start to bailero, I start to move my body forward. We're gonna do one show as a walk action. Normally, what happened, very much what happening here right now in your center. You move the center to walk, and you retract the center to stop, right? You move the center to walk, and you retract the center to stop. So the body does this, and then the upper body come back, so the leg stop. The upper body goes, and body come back. The same happening here. So when I go in those momentos, I create those elevations, those sensations up. So right now I am in the leaning, she's leaning on me, she's leaning on me, she's leaning on me. And over here, bailero, she's leaning on me, and I start to bailero, bringing her to her axis, right? Try to feel bailero with my body to catch up, not just in distance, sino to make her feel to delay or slow down, to her body start to come in bailero to the vertical position. This happens very small, And it's as the way we talk about Anita, you need to think about, unfortunately, imagine inside the mind to those things it will happen. I say I'm leaning, and when I'm going, I try to tell her, oh. She's back on the axis. If I continue with the energy, she's gonna end in the opposite side, right? It's gonna end in the colgada. So we start with the volcada. If we continue going by there, by later, she's gonna end on the colgada, right? Because I continue giving the energy to go from here to here to here to here to here. If you see, I continue, I don't stop giving that message. Her body will continue going to the next movement, right? Because that will be what's going on. So when I go by the number 1, the baldosa, my body is already underneath her. Very small, but already I can feel my rib cage going underneath her chest. Very little, right? It's very small, right? And that small when I go to the next movement, because it's attached to that. When I go away, she's more higher now than me. And just because she's higher, doesn't matter how much I go, she will trust that. But if she's here and I go, she's gonna walk. She doesn't trust it because her body says, I'm gonna break in pieces, right? Specifically when we start leaning, right? Because on the leaning, if I don't produce anything, her leg is gonna fall into me. Because of the hip, it's never gonna identify that side step. You're gonna identify this. You're gonna identify that it's falling to the front because of the gravity, right? So I need to modify the center of the gravity of her by creating, I'm gonna exaggerate, we might lower an abdomen, a torsion to her, right? So I create a torsion, okay, that torsion if we create very much this direction, right? So that create the leg to be away from me. Yeah. If I don't create that, she goes with me. Because a lot of times happen that the leader lead, as I start the milonga, and the follower end with them on the feet, right? Because they're doing this type of torsion, right? And I stay to maintain the V position. In the case when we go to the first and second bite, the body already has that torsion, right? That's what is easy for you say, Jim, what is easy there. When we do the second position alone, the body tries to do this, right? Because in this case, you're going backward, so the brain thinking in that. But in that case, you must create that rotation so you can go away from her. Otherwise, she won't respond. Right? And over here, we have it, the second observation, I want to say. She leaning, of course, physically is my body here. She leaning on my body, but she leaning on a reference point of an axis reference point, right? So the axis reference point, by in this case for her, is she gonna feel it right here. The axis is around here, right? But if I take the axis away, she's gonna fall, right? So she need to have that reference point. It's my body in line, organized, the torsion and everything. So when I'm gonna do this crossing here, right? I am not going to here. To the axis, don't let it go there. I need to keep it leaning, right? So because she's leaning here, she's still leaning in my axis here. So my axis, look where it is. It's not in my front leg, it's kind of in between or 80-40, right? And from there, I lead the move. So we still leaning, she still has the same reference point. And over here, I move around her, I exaggerate it, to have the same reference point. So I move the reference point or the support axis in the same line, right? So I am not looking to get into balance, right? In that case, because we're working in this material to be leaning in this moment, right? So we create the leaning position. So I am not vertical. My axis is around here, and I calculate this head axis is leaning toward that point. So I need to create with my leg a support point so she can feel safe. And from this point, this is a reference point of axis, I lead. I lead normal. I lead the leg to come. It's not that I need to do something else to lead. The lead is something common that you use all the time, right? So I can be in here, and I'm gonna lead this or that or this or whatever. But it's a lead, right? It's not me doing on her body. I just telling her what her part of the team to do, and she does. Because in this case here, she's leaning in here. From there, I lead. whatever is going to be the lead. Right? Whatever is going to be the lead, I'm leading her. I am not doing her. I'm telling her what to do, and she does. That's what the important part in that case they were about to be the leg relaxed, right? To the body. Again, have the engagement because I feel her. She's not muscular fighting, but she's leaning, trusting, using enough muscle to support herself, using my muscles to use it on my body, whatever you want to put it. But she doesn't crunch, because if she crunch to hold herself, her leg is not gonna be free. The joint not gonna be relaxed. So she has to have the standing relaxed. So when I lead her, she feels that and she starts to move her body. Now, if she doesn't move, it's nothing what I can do about. I mean, I can move her body, but
take the wood back to the seat.
yeah, because you cannot move her. If she doesn't move, it's a trouble. So I need to suggest, and she must move along, and not whatever she wants, not whatever she hears. I love you too.